Hey everyone, I am Anthony Scott of ToyHypeUSA.com. Today we are reviewing the Masters of the Universe Origins Tri-Klops figure from Mattel. I would like to thank Mattel for providing him for review, greatly appreciated. Tri-Klops is inspired from his 80s release, and he is packaged on a retro-style blister card. The artwork on this is phenomenal. It's bringing back a lot of those 80s memories, and I just really love the execution of it. The packaging specifies that it's new for 21 on the upper left-hand side there. You have the Masters logo on top, the Modern Posing Retro Play text right there, and of course his name right here. It says Evil and Sees Everything. On the bottom right, you have the Mattel logo, and you also see Tri-Klops right there in the packaging with his mini comic behind him. Turning this over, you have beautifully done artwork right there on top. The artwork is just phenomenal. You also have a brief description, which you see right there. Let's bring that in a little closer, giving you guys a look. You also have a description up on top there. You have a look at additional characters that are available in this line, which includes Stratos, Hordak, and Ninjor. And you have a display of how the feature works. The eyes, there are 3 eyes total, and the visor can turn just like it did in the 80s. I used to have the old 80s figure, so right off the bat, this is really a great inspired figure of it. So what I'm going to do now is open this up and let's take a closer look. Here is your in-hand look at Tri-Klops. He is inspired from the 1983 vintage figure, and it's a great design. They really did a nice job updating him with the articulation. I really like this release. I have a lot of fond memories of the vintage figure, so having this one in hand really brings back a lot of memories. Looking at it and playing around with it, I really wish I still had my original figures, really missing them right now. Tri-Klops includes the sword that he came with in the 80s, also a brand new mini comic, and you see instructions behind him giving you a look at all the interchangeable parts such as the arms, torso, feet, and head, as well as the hands, that can be swapped out with other Origins figures, as well as Masters of the WWE Universe, as those all shared parts and interconnect with each other. One thing that I want to note is that the ring that came with the 83 release, which is referred to as the Grayskull ring and also the Warriors ring from fans, is not included in this release. So it's really not the end of the world that we didn't get it, but it's still worth mentioning that it's the only really vintage accessory with this figure that's not included. If you were a kid back then, that would have fit on your hand. I'm okay with it not being included because we get this great little mini comic, we get this great figure and the sword, so I'm very happy. But if they did include it, it would have been a very nice homage. And also if they did include it, one thing that I would have suggested to Mattel was that to make it bigger so it would fit in your adult hand. So the mini comic is called Sneak Attack. This is new for Wave 4. And right on the cover you have Ninjor, which is also included in this wave, as well as Stratos. Beautifully done artwork as always. Opening up the comic. Here's a look at that. Pause the video if you need more time to read it. It's a good story. They're introducing Hordak in this story, which is great. And the last page, you see Stratos and another Avian warrior tossing Hordak into the portal. I actually think Hordak was defeated a little too easily in this comic. He's a lot tougher than this, but it's a really good story. Recommend you guys flipping through. And of course, you have a look at other figures that are available now, including Wave 4, which includes Stratos, Hordak, Tri-Klops, which is right here, and Ninjor. You also get a look at He-Man and Skeletor, which were part of the very first wave being offered. Here is a closer look at Tri-Klops. He uses shared parts with He-Man and given newly tooled armor, a head sculpt, as well as a sword. He comes in his black loincloth with the orange belt. He also has black boots, as well as the orange bracelets around his wrists there. There's a lot of 80s elements in this figure, which you see right here on this release. It's a great design. And just like in the 80s, the sword fits on his back there, so serves as a holster, which is pretty cool. The armor is also removable. So let's take this off. And very carefully, I'm going to take this off. That's one. And that's two. Pop off his head there. And that's a look at Tri-Klops with his armor off, which you see right there. You clearly see that muscular He-Man physique. And here's the armor, which is made of soft plastic. Here's a look at Tri-Klops holding a sword, and the sword also pays homage to the 83 release. It also has that symbol, which you see right there, and you also see that on the other side. The visor, just like the 83 release, can also rotate. So you're going to have all three eyes. And there's the other one. The grin on his face is also different from the one from 83. That one had a closed mouth. This one, however, has a bit of a grin showing his teeth, just to give you guys something different compared to the 83 release, which I actually really like. I think they did a very nice job on it. The teeth are painted in white. And here's a look at the back of the head. You see some hair back here. Very nicely done. And it's comparison time. So here's a look at a comparison with Clamchamp, which you see there. Here we have a comparison with Skeletor and several of his evil warriors, including Scareglow, Trapjaw, and Merman. I was just able to get my hands on Scareglow. My pre-order just came in, so I'm very happy to have him in hand. I've been trying to get him since last year when everything was shut down, so it's really about time. If you're looking to purchase Scareglow and Trapjaw, those are a little bit tricky to find. You probably won't find them in stores. There are several of our sponsors that have pre-orders available, so make sure to go to the written portion and photo gallery of this review. Right under purchase, there's a list of stores where you can look for pre-orders. Here is a comparison with the two Masters of the Universe Classics releases. The one on the left is the 2009 release, the very first one in Classics, while the one on the right is the Filmation release. So let's turn these guys around, giving you a look from the back here. So you see the differences in height and everything. Overall, Tri-Klops is a great figure, and I love all of the 83 element releases from his vintage offering. They did a phenomenal job on this figure, and I think Motu fans will definitely want to pick him up. He is available now as part of Wave 4, so if you're looking to purchase, make sure to check out ToyHypeUSA.com's written review and photo gallery of this review, and check for under purchase. You can still pre-order this wave now at several of our sponsors as listed. Thanks to Mattel for providing him for review, especially the Masters of the Universe brand team. Greatly appreciated. I am Anthony Scott of ToyHopUSA.com. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and share this video, as it tells YouTube to share it with more people. We would definitely appreciate that as well. Thanks again, and stay tuned for more coverage.